Amen.
Hey, so Washington, D.C., being a citadel city, there's more underground than there is above ground. Case in point, that's Congress right behind me. Only due to threats, they say, they've created replicas of the House of Representatives and of the Senate, where the gallery is, where they're supposed to be doing debates and speaking. They're underground right here in Washington, D.C. That's where the replicas of the Senate gallery and the House, you know, when you watch and you go in and watch them do what they're doing, it's underground right here. But the question is which Capitol police officers are responsible for secluding and restricting the freedoms of congresswomen and congressmen, and dare I say possibly even the mayor of this city of Washington, D.C., Mayor Bowser, her wife, and their son. You know what these slave masters hate more than anything else is people who don't go along with their plan. And when they've bought enough sperm and enough eggs to repopulate the entire planet, they don't think they need the approval of the public. They don't think they need anything like democracy or the United States. And they certainly don't think they really need anyone to approve of it. So if you're not taking notice to the strangeness here in Washington, D.C., and this population of people worldwide who don't know their parents because they're basically someone's sperm and egg, that a woman rented her womb to grow that baby. And dare I say that you have grandparents walking around here, the first generation from my age group, maybe even before, the 60s and the 70s. Then they've got the next generation, then they've got babies. So they're like 3 or 4 generations deep. They don't fucking have anybody going against them because they know they'll be tortured. It's the same fucking evil that did Trail of Tears. Same evil that did Bataan Death March. And now they're doing science on the world. Here's some more interesting ideas I have. Watch this. Hey, and as an added thing, I seen that dude Vivek Ramaswamy. He's some sort of a public figure and politician. When he was saying he was going to run for president when Donald Trump was just elected, he didn't get to be the candidate for the Republicans. But he said he knew who the shadow government was, or the secret government. I always I thought it was all the people I grew up around in Reston, but it's not necessarily them. The shadow secret government is here on Capitol Hill. It's the people who work for the Shakespeare Theater and who go around the world shaking their spear at everybody, getting paid by the U.S. American dollar. And so you've got Congress. Right over there you have the Supreme Court. And then right here you have the Library of Congress. The White House is about 2 miles that away. And then right back over here is the Shakespeare Folgers Theater. They also teach people how to do this work. Where? NYU Experimental Theater, governor's schools across the nation, Corcoran School of Arts here in Washington, D.C. How about UCLA in California? So that's the shadow government in the United States. George Clooney recently was on social media and said it was the 4th branch of government. Let me ask you, police and military, if you're okay with that. Let me ask you, people from the United States, if you're okay with that. A bunch of actors and actresses basically putting all of us as their employees, because we pay the taxes which pay for them worldwide to romp around the world on our tax dollars, which now, instead of just having $2 trillion when President Obama came into office, back was it 2008, now 2025, what's that, 17 years later, $36 trillion, and a lot of them have a budget of $1 million to $5 million per person. So they get to run around having fun saying, we're Washington, D.C. Fuck you, America. Fuck you, world. And then guess what they had the audacity to do? Get a bunch of people in trouble for a fake revolution here and tell them now they have to work in retail stores. They're free to live in public, but they have to do what they're told. All they're doing is creating a new fear-based society with free workers for the retail stores that employ this new Babylon system, or as Rasta people call it, shitstum. Yep. The question is this: how many police and military want to keep buying and selling babies, drugging babies, and having sex with children because they're bought and paid for and nobody owns them anyways? That's the real question. Anybody? Any real soldiers or real police out there, real law enforcement? Are you sick of Washington, D.C. buying and selling children, raping children and drugging children worldwide, in the United States, and using the American medical model to do it? Come on, y'all. And hey, what's up with all these people traveling around the world, mostly gay white men or weird fucking white men who have women who pretend to be their wives in every city they go to? What is it, Rent a Wife Day? Or Rent a Wife Month? Or Rent a Wife Year? Or, it's the culture. It's the rent a wife culture. So in the United States of America, there's some fucked up white men who go around renting their wives when they go from city to city. I guess that's what you do when you have unlimited dollars and no conscience, no heart, and no fucking spirit or recognition of God in your life. Oh, I did mention that, yeah. Hey, my bad, I was just reminded. A lot of Africans jumped on board too. Remember when they assassinated Dr. King and Malcolm X? It's because Dr. King saw, when he went to Chicago, the same treatment of the poor whites as he saw of the poor blacks down there where he lived in the South. Malcolm X had just gone to Africa and seen they were doing the same systems to the poor blacks in Africa that they're doing to the poor whites and the poor blacks in the United States of America. So there's a bunch of weird blacks who are renting their wives too when they go from city to city. The thing is it's all online, and guess what? They're not the people who invented the internet. Do they even know what blockchain technology is? The problem is that there's fucking millions and millions of them. And if you use the current legislative system, it'll never work because they just pay everybody off and nobody gets any time or any guilty charges. And that's evil. Of course, now, if you don't have a concept of who God is or what God is, or being a servant of God or living for God, or even a inkling of who Jesus is, then, well, you definitely don't know who the Buddha was. And the main difference between people who make Jesus their king and who make the Buddha their king is Buddhists are vegetarians, vegans. People who worship Jesus and who look to Jesus for guidance were not vegetarians. And the first Buddhist from the Han Dynasty to go against that edict of being a vegetarian or a vegan, it was the Shaolin monks at the Shaoshan Temple. It's the forest temple at the base of the Shaoshan Mountains. The Shaolin monks are here in force to help, as are the Rastafari people. And fuck you dumb Americans who think you're going to get away with this new slavery worldwide. Fuck you all from Capitol Hill. And my name's Nathaniel Shellhays Vizdos. I grew up nearby in Reston, Virginia, where they called me Death my whole life. Well, Than. You know, Thanos, Thane, Thanatopsis. I don't really like that. I prefer Nathaniel or Nate now. Yeah, exactly. So, if y'all want to keep hurting people worldwide, continue. I don't think the people are going to take it much longer. And hey, if any of you technology nerds want to figure this out, just go into all the digital data transmissions of the AKAs, the sorority, the Alpha Kappa Alphas. Because guess what? Love, Light, and Learning, which is the Freemasons, has 4 L's. When you put them in a circle, it does that evil thing that they figured out during World War II to fuck up people. But there's only 3 Ks in the Ku Klux Klan, and they had to have a 4th K, which is the hidden one between 2 mountains, which is the K hidden between 2 mountains, which is the Alpha Kappa Alphas. Follow their digital transmissions, you can figure every single piece of this out worldwide. Hey, find druggists since 1969. Isn't that when they put drugs in the water and told everybody we flew to the moon and that we broadcast landing there live? Except for you can't even broadcast a television signal more than 100 miles today, let alone 30,000 miles from the moon, with the man jumping off the contraption going, hey, we're on the moon in 1969. Come on, who's Gordon?